Have you ever found yourself sitting quietly in your favorite chair and suddenly your heart starts racing for no clear reason? Your mind wanders too. A dozen different worries, and the stress feels much bigger than it should be. If you're over 60, you've likely noticed something. Managing stress and staying mentally sharp takes a little more effort than it did 20 or 30 years ago. Your body doesn't bounce back quite as fast. Your focus might drift more easily during conversations or while reading, but what if I told you a simple change, just the way you breathe, could help you lower stress and improve your mental focus in just minutes a day? Let me share a story with you. Evelyn is a 70-year-old retired real estate agent from Ohio. For decades, she thrived on the fast pace of closing deals, meeting clients, and solving problems on the fly. But after retirement, she noticed something troubling. Her mind felt foggy. She'd walk into a room and forget why she was there. Sitting down to read the newspaper became frustrating because her thoughts kept drifting away. One afternoon, her daughter suggested she try a simple breathing exercise. Just 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing before breakfast. Evelyn was skeptical at first. How could something so simple make a difference, but she tried it anyway, and within 2 weeks, Evelyn noticed she could focus longer on her crossword puzzles. Her heart didn't race as much when she felt overwhelmed. She felt more in control of her day. Now, I want to be clear. Evelyn's experience is her personal journey, and results can vary from person to person. What works wonderfully for one individual may work differently for another, but her story illustrates something important that science is beginning to confirm. The way we breathe has a real impact on how we feel and think. Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for clear, science-based health education designed specifically for adults over 60. If living healthier, calmer, and more focused every day matters to you, I invite you to hit that subscribe button right now, because today we're going to explore how simple breathing techniques can support your mental clarity and help you manage stress more effectively. Let's talk about why this is so important for people in your stage of life. As we age, our bodies and minds naturally change. The ability to recover from stressful moments may slow down. Our focus may drift more easily than it used to. Everyday distractions, a ringing phone, a forgotten appointment, background noise can add up and leave us feeling overwhelmed. For older adults, chronic stress isn't just a mental burden. It can interfere with your sleep quality. It can raise your blood pressure. It can reduce memory and attention. And over time, it can amplify other health risks you may already be managing. So, why does breathing matter? Here's the science in simple terms. Your body has two main nervous system modes. The first is called the sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight or flight mode. It kicks in when you're stressed, anxious, or feeling threatened. Your heart rate goes up, your breathing gets shallow and fast, and your muscles tense up. The second mode is called the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest mode. It helps you calm down, recover, and feel at ease. Your heart rate slows, our breathing deepens, and your body relaxes. Research shows that controlled breathing and breath work practices can engage your parasympathetic system, helping to counter the overdrive of your fight or flight response. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health in 2023, controlled breathing supports enhanced parasympathetic tone and can reduce stress and anxiety across all age groups. But here's what's particularly interesting for you. In one study of older adults published in 2021, researchers found that single session of deep, slow breathing significantly increased measures of vagal tone, a marker of relaxation, and this effect was more pronounced in older people than in younger ones. The older participants also reported reduced anxiety after just one breathing session. Another study from 2023 looked specifically at older adults aged 65 and above. Researchers found that those who practiced deep, slow breathing showed improved retention of new learning and better cognitive function compared to those who simply rested. And a meta-analysis published in Nature found the breath work may be effective for improving stress and mental health broadly across different populations. So for you, the person over 60, the promise is clear. Those few minutes of mindful breathing each day might support calmer nerves, better concentration, and help you feel more in control of your daily life. This isn't about perfection, it's about giving yourself a tool that is free, simple, and backed by science. Now, before we dive into what to do, let's talk about some habits you'll want to steer away from if you truly want to gain the most benefit from breathing techniques. Many older adults accept distraction and mental fog as inevitable parts of aging. And while it's true that some cognitive changes are normal, accepting them without trying helpful tools means you might miss out on strategies that could genuinely improve your quality of life. Don't resign yourself to feeling scattered. There are evidence-based practices that can help. Another common mistake is doing breathing exercises only when you're already stressed out. Waiting until you're panicked, fatigued, or overwhelmed to start breathing exercises is like trying to learn to swim while you're already drowning. The real power of breath work comes from training your nervous system before stress spirals. Regular practice teaches your body how to respond calmly when challenges arise. Some people turn breathing into a rigid exercise, holding their breath uncomfortably long or obsessing over exact counts and techniques. This can paradoxically increase tension rather than reduce it. The goal is gentle, relaxed breathing, not a performance test. Breathing techniques may support stress relief and improved focus, but they're not magic pills. You won't do 5 minutes of breathing and suddenly feel like you're 30 years old again. Real benefits build over time with regular practice. Think of it like watering a plant. You won't see growth overnight, but with consistency, the results will come. And finally, breath work is a powerful piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole picture. Sleep quality, hydration, regular movement, and good nutrition all matter too if you're practicing breathing exercises. But staying up until 2 a.m. watching TV, drinking very little water, and eating processed foods all day, you're working against yourself. Have you made any of these mistakes? If so, don't worry. You're not alone. Most people do. The important thing is that you're here now, learning how to do this right. All right, now let's get practical. Here are the steps you can take this week. Starting easy at first, then building into richer practice with your age, lifestyle, and goals in mind. To begin, set a timer for 2 minutes each morning where you simply focus on your breath. You don't need any special equipment or training. Just sit comfortably in a chair, close your eyes if you like, and breathe gently in and out through your nose. Don't judge yourself if your mind wanders. That's completely normal. Just notice it and gently bring your attention back to your breath. Next, when you notice your mind wandering or stress creeping in, pause and do 3 deep, slow breaths. Maybe you forgot where you put your keys. Maybe you're feeling jittery before a doctor's appointment. Whatever the trigger, pause. Take one slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat 2 more times. This simple pause can interrupt the stress cycle before it takes over. Also, choose a breath check trigger in your day. This could be when you sit down for your morning coffee, when you finish checking your emails, or when you settle into your chair to watch the evening news. Use that moment as a cue to take 5 slow, deliberate breaths. You're training your brain to associate that daily activity with calmness. As you progress into week 2 through 4, why diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. Place one hand gently on your belly, just below your rib cage. As you inhale slowly through your nose, let your belly rise and push your hand outward. Then exhale slowly, letting your belly fall. This type of breathing engages your diaphragm more fully and sends stronger signals to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. You can also introduce a structured method such as 4-7-8 breathing. This technique comes from integrative medicine and is widely recommended by sources like Web. Here's how it works. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 7 counts, then exhale completely through your mouth for 8 counts. If those counts feel uncomfortable, adjust them to what works for you. Maybe 3, 5, 6, or to 4, 5. The key is that your exhale is longer than your inhale, which helps activate your calming response. Expand your breathing pause to 5 minutes. As you exhale during these longer sessions, imagine releasing tension from your body. Picture your shoulders dropping away from your ears. Feel your jaw relax and unclench. Let your hands soften and your lap. Visualization combined with breathing can deepen the relaxation response. After your breathing session, set an intention. Say to yourself, either out loud or silently, I will focus on reading this article for the next 30 minutes with a calm mind, or I will have this phone conversation with patience and clarity. Linking your breath practice to a specific focus goal helps your brain build new associations between calmness and concentration. After 2 months of practice, you can pair your breathing with a cognitive task. Before you sit down to read the news, pay a bill, or work on a puzzle, do 1 3-minute breathing exercise to prime your attention. The 2023 study on older adults aged 65 and above found that deep and slow breathing improved skill learning, retention, and cognitive function. You're essentially preparing your brain to absorb and retain information more effectively. Consider using box breathing or coherent breathing to regulate your nervous system. Box breathing means inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, and holding again for 5 seconds, like tracing the 4 sides of a square. Coherent breathing is simpler. Breathe in for 5 seconds and out for 5 seconds, aiming for about 6 breaths per minute. Both techniques are recommended by integrative health experts at Very Well Mind and can help balance your autonomic nervous system. Create a breath break ritual before bed. Spend 2 to 3 minutes doing slow, diaphragmatic breathing as you prepare for sleep. This shifts your body toward parasympathetic dominance, supporting restful sleep and better focus the next day. Research published in Frontiers in Physiology in 2023 shows that daily deep breathing may reduce resting blood pressure and psychological stress, which contributes to better overall sleep quality. Here's a simple daily routine to follow. EAC Each morning, spend 10 minutes in mindful breathing to start your day calm and centered. During midday, take 5 deep, slow breaths whenever you feel stress or scattered thoughts creeping. In the evening, practice 3 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing before bed to prepare for restful sleep. As a weekly bonus, try one structured session of for 7-8 breathing or coherent breathing for 5 minutes at least once a week, and consider keeping a journal where after your breathing practice you jot down a quick note about how your mind feels, sharper, calmer, more focused. Tracking this helps you see progress over time. This is your roadmap. Start small, build gradually, and be patient with yourself. Let me tell you one more story. Evelyn, the retired real estate agent we talked about earlier, once told her daughter something beautiful. She said, "For years, I felt like my mind was a runaway train. Thoughts just kept speeding by, and I couldn't slow them down. But now, with just a few minutes of breathing each morning, I feel like I'm back in the driver's seat." Now, I want to remind you again, Evelyn's experience is personal to her. Everyone's journey is different, and what worked for her may look different for you. But her words capture something powerful, the sense of control, calmness, and clarity that simple breathing practices can help restore. You deserve to feel strong again. You deserve to wake up with a clear mind. You deserve to handle the stresses of daily life without feeling overwhelmed. And the beautiful thing is, you already have everything you need to start. Your breath is with you every moment of every day. It's free, it's portable, it's powerful. So, here's my challenge to you. Start with just one small change tonight. Before you go to bed, sit comfortably and take 5 slow, deep breaths. That's it. Just 5 breaths. Notice how your body feels. Afterward, notice if your mind feels a little quieter. And then tomorrow morning, do it again, 2 minutes of mindful breathing. Build from there. Ready to feel better. Ready to take back control of your stress and focus. Then subscribe to Senior Health Facts right now so you don't miss the next step in your journey toward a calmer, sharper, healthier you. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's continue this journey together. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with someone you care about, a spouse, a friend, a sibling who's over 6 and wants to stress less and focus more. We also have a free downloadable resource for you, the Breath Break Cheat Sheet for Seniors. It's a simple, 1-page guide you can print out and keep next to your chair or on your bedside table. The link is in the description below. Let's answer some of the most common questions people have about breathing exercises for stress and focus. Many people wonder whether breathing exercises can really improve their focus. Yes, they may help improve attention and cognitive performance. For instance, a 2023 study published by the National Institutes of Health found that older adults who practiced deep, slow breathing showed improved retention of new learning compared to those who simply rested. The Mayo Clinic also notes that even a short breathing focus can reduce stress and interrupt negative thought loops, which indirectly supports better concentration. Others ask how long it takes to see benefits from breath work. Some effects, like reduced anxiety or changes in heart rate, can happen within 1 session. Many people report feeling calmer almost immediately. However, for lasting improvements in stress management and focus, regular practice over several weeks is more effective. A meta-analysis published in Nature in 2023 found that consistent breath work over time leads to meaningful improvements in mental health and Stress resilience. Some are concerned about whether there are breathing techniques they should avoid or modify as they age. Yes, if you have lung disease, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or experience dizziness with breath holding, you should avoid extreme breath holding practices or very forceful breathing techniques. Always consult your doctor before starting any new breathing routine, especially if you have chronic health conditions. Use gentler techniques like diaphragmatic breathing or simple mindful breathing instead of intense practices. People also wonder whether they should only breathe through their nose. Nasal breathing is often encouraged because it filters and warms the air and naturally slows your breathing rate, which is beneficial for relaxation. However, gentle, controlled mouth breathing during light exercise or if you have nasal congestion is perfectly okay. The key is slow, relaxed breath-in. Not forcing yourself into discomfort. Another common question is whether breath work replaces meditation or relaxation classes. No, it's a complementary tool. Breath work can support mindfulness practices, meditation, yoga, and other stress reduction techniques, but it doesn't replace professional therapy when needed. If you're dealing with severe anxiety, depression, or trauma, please work with a qualified mental health professional alongside any breathing practices. Many ask whether this can help with sleep. Yes, it can. Breathing practices before bed may help calm your nervous system and prepare you for rest, which indirectly supports better focus the next day. A 2023 study published in Frontiers in Physiology found that daily deep breathing exercises can reduce resting blood pressure and psychological stress, both of which contribute to improved sleep quality. And finally, people want to know how to speak to their doctor. About this, here are some conversation starters you can use at your next appointment. You might say, could we evaluate if simple breathing exercises might support my stress management? Or ask would you recommend a safe breathing technique given my health conditions, especially related to my heart or lungs? You could also inquire, can you check whether my current stress or focus issues may respond to a parasympathetic activating practice, like slow breathing? Your doctor knows your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Here's a quick reference to help you remember what to avoid and what to do instead. Instead of assuming it's just aging when focus drifts, start with 2 minutes of mindful breathing each morning to support your mental clarity, rather than waiting until major stress hits to breathe. Use breathing at the first sign of tension with 5 slow breaths to prevent stress from building. Avoid holding your breath or forcing a rigid rhythm. Instead, use gentle, relaxed diaphragmatic breathing that feels natural and comfortable. Don't expect instant dramatic change. Practice regularly because lines gains build over weeks and months. Instead of neglecting other important factors like sleep, movement, and nutrition, pair your breathing practice with good sleep habits, moderate exercise, and proper hydration, rather than skipping a check in with your health professional. Use those doctor talk starters at your next visit to ensure safety, and instead of doing isolated sessions only. Why once in a while? Commit to a daily mini practice plus 1 structured session per week for consistent benefits. For your daily routine, try this approach each morning. Spend 2 minutes in mindful breathing to start your day centered and calm. After lunch, take 3 deep belly breaths to aid digestion and reset your focus for the afternoon. In the evening, practice 3 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing before bed to support restful sleep, and as a bonus, once a week try a structured 5-minute session of for 7-8 or coherent breathing to deepen your practice. Save this guidance, print it out if you can, and share it with someone you care about. These simple practices can make a real difference in how you feel every day. Here are the key studies and sources referenced in this video. The National Institutes of Health published research in 2023 on breathing practices for stress and anxiety reduction, showing that controlled breathing supports enhanced parasympathetic tone and can reduce stress and anxiety. A study from 2021 explored benefits from one session of deep and slow breathing on vagal tone and anxiety in older adults, finding that older adults showed significant improvement in vagal tone and reduced anxiety after just one deep, slow breathing session. Another study from 2023 examined the effect of deep and slow breathing on retention and cognitive function in elderly individuals, demonstrating that older adults doing deep, slow breathing improved cognitive skill retention compared to rest. Research published in Frontiers in Physiology in 2023 on daily deep breathing exercise reported that daily deep breathing may reduce resting blood pressure and psychological stress across the adult lifespan, including older populations. The Mayo Clinic offers evidence and guidance on mindfulness exercises that focus on breathing, noting that a short breathing focus can reduce stress and interrupt negative thought loops. A study from Frontiers in Psychology in 2017 on the effect of diaphragmatic breathing on attention, negative affect, and cortisol responses to stress concluded that diaphragmatic breathing improved sustained attention, reduced negative mood, and lowered cortisol in adults. Web-Pravi. Day guidance on breathing techniques for stress relief and relaxation, including the 4-7-8 method. Very Well Mind offers information on box breathing and coherent breathing for nervous system regulation, and Nature published a meta-analysis on the effectiveness of breath work for improving stress and mental health broadly. These sources provide the scientific foundation for the information shared in this video. You can explore them further if you'd like to learn more. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. It does not replace consultation with a qualified healthcare provider. I always encourage you to work with your doctor or healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your routine, especially if you have heart, lung, blood pressure, sleep, or other chronic health conditions. They know your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Every person is unique, and what works wonderfully for Evelyn might need small adjustments for you. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward lower stress and better focus. Take care of yourself, breathe deeply, and I'll see you in the next video.